Hello students, welcome back to your science class. So students, in the previous class, we were talking about the question answer of this chapter. We were talking about the question answers of the chapters which is coming in that of the term 1. And now we will continue with the question answers only students, and if you look at there, then question number 37 is there, and question number 37 is that in humans the oxygen rich blood from the lungs come to the, so basically in humans the oxygen rich blood, it comes to the left atrium. Okay, so we have discussed this question. Now let us see here the next one, and that is the question number 40. In question number 40, question is artificial removal of nitrogenous waste from the human body in the event of kidney failure is plasmolysis, dialysis, diffusion, or osmosis. So artificial removal of nitrogenous waste from the human body in the event of kidney failure is. So artificial removal of nitrogenous waste from the human body in the kidney failure is, you know that basically the removal from the human body is this process is actually called as dialysis. In that of the dialysis, this in the case of the process of dialysis students, nitrogenous waste from the human body is what it is removed. Okay, so this is the removal of the nitrogenous waste from the human body here. Next one is the function of trypsin. What is the function of the trypsin? So basically again the function of the trypsin is to digest the protein. Okay, so trypsin help in the digestion of the protein students. So according to that, the answer it will be the digest protein. Okay. Now you see here, next question is an object of height 10 centimeter is placed in front of a convex lens having focal length of 12 centimeter. The object is placed at a distance of 36 centimeter in front of the lens. How many times is the image likely to be magnified? So object is of a height of 10 centimeter. So here the height of the object is, and it is kept in front of the convex lens. So it is kept in the front of the convex lens. So here h1 will be equals to 10 centimeter. Okay, having the focal length of 12 centimeters. So focal length is also given here, that is a 12 centimeter. So the function of the trypsin is to what? It help in basically in the digestion of the protein. Okay, so we can say here that it help in digesting that of the protein. Now you see here students, we will say that an object which is having the height of a 10 centimeter. So here h1 is equals to what? That is equals to 10 centimeter, and it is having a focal length of a 12 centimeter. So f will be equals to 12 centimeter. Now the object is placed at a distance of 36 centimeter in front of the lens. So u is also given here, and that is minus 36 centimeter. How many times the image likely to be magnified? So for that, first of all, we have to find the value of a v here. Okay, so we know that the formula, that is 1 by v minus 1 by u is equals to 1 by f. Now the value of the v, we have to find it. 1 by v minus 1 by minus 36 is equals to 1 by 12 centimeter. Now we can also write it in a simple form, that is 1 by v is equals to 1 by f plus 1 by u, right? Now, or 1 by 12 minus 1 by 36. Okay, now this we can write it as, this is 36, 3 minus 1, it will be equals to 2 upon 36. Okay, or we can write it, it will be either 2 by 36 or 1 by 13. So 1 by V will be equals to 1 by 13, or V will be equals to 13 centimeter. This is what, this is the value of the V that we got it. Now we have to find the magnified, means how much it get magnified, students. So for that we know that in order to find the magnification, it will be equals to V upon U. And what is the V here? V is 13 centimeter, and 36 centimeter is that of the so here the value of the V is what? Magnification is equals to minus V upon V. So we will write here, this will be equals to minus V upon U. So value of the V which is given here, it is what? It is 13, and that of the U is minus, and minus, this will cancel each other. So it will become, the value of U is 36, and this will be equals to, it will be equals to 1 by 2. Okay, or we can say 0.5 times. So the answer, it will be 0.5 times. Okay, so this is how we can find the value of the magnification here. Now see here the next one, that the image represent the rays of light traveling through a concave lens. Okay, this is the image which represent the rays of a light which is traveling through a concave lens. Now you see here, the where is the image most likely to be formed. So object is kept here, and from the object you will find that one of the rays what, which is parallel to that of the time axis, and it will parallel to that of the time axis, and then it will get reflected in, or it shows the diversion. And the other one is passing through that of the optical center, and when we stretch it back we will find that the both of the rays are what, they are intersecting at a point between F and optical center, O and F. So where is the image most likely to be formed? So the formation of the image, it will be at Q. Okay, so image most likely to be formed is between that of the image. Okay, so this is what, this is the answer, that is at Q. Next one is that you are given water, mustard oil, glycerine and kerosene. In which of these media a ray of a light incident obliquely at the same angle would bend the most? So we are having water, we are having mustard oil, glycerine and that of the kerosene. So out of all these, in which one where the ray of a light will going to be bend more? So basically kerosene, water, mustard oil and glycerine. Out of all these, you know that it is that of the glycerine whose optical density is what, higher. So the bending will be the most. Okay, so option, it will be the glycerine. Now in case of the question number 45, you will see that which image represent the path of incident and reflected ray from a convex mirror when an object is placed at infinity. Basically you will find that when the object is kept at infinity, a ray of a light is what in the first one, a ray of a light is coming and then it will be reflected back as it is. In the second one, you will see that when ray of a light will fall parallel to that of the incident ray, parallel to each other, when falls on the surface of the mirror, it will get reflected back. It will get diverge in different direction, which will stretch back, and seems that the light is actually a virtual. The image formed is a behind that of the mirror. Then the next one, that incident ray, reflected ray, both of them will meet at a point, and the two rays, except that of the ray which is coming through that of the principal axis, all the rays will merge at a point. So this is also a wrong one. And incident ray, reflected ray, they get reflected in such a way that both of them what, it will passes through a point here. Now what you will find here, that the correct option is what, that is the B one. Okay, so here the proper reflection of the light can be easily traced out. Okay, so when an object is kept at an infinity and the mirror is what? It is a convex mirror. It is a concave mirror. So such kind of a image will be formed here. So the correct option, it will be B. Now magnification of a spherical mirror is given, that is plus minus 3. Then the mirror would be, so the now see here, magnification of a spherical mirror, it can be minus 2, it can be plus 2. So what will be the mirror? What kind of a mirror it will be? Obviously it will be the concave mirror, in which we will find that such kind of a magnification can be seen plus or minus both. A concave mirror can form a real and enlarged image of an object when the object is placed. So concave mirror, it will form the real image and enlarged image when the object is placed at the center of curvature. It is placed. Now see here, if we talk about a concave mirror can form a real and enlarged image of an object when the object is placed. So it will going to form a real and enlarged image when the object is placed at a distance less than its focal length. At the center of curvature, you know that at the center of curvature, the image will be of the same size as that of the object. At the center of, if the distance is greater than that of the radius of curvature, it means beyond c, then the image will be diminished. Between focus and that of the center of curvature, the image will be enlarged and real also. At a distance less than its focal length, it means between the optical center and that of the focal length, the image will be enlarged. But the correct option, it will be between focus and center of curvature, where the image which is formed is quite enlarged and it is a real. At a distance, if it is less than that of a distance focal length, the image will be the enlarged image, but the nature of the image will be what? It will be a virtual one. So we can say here that here the correct option, it will be between focus and that of the center of curvature is the correct option. Now let us see here question number 48. In which of the following media the velocity of the light will be maximum? So the velocity of light will be maximum in the in which media the velocity of the light will be maximum? So the velocity of the light will be more in the in that of the vacuum. You know that glass is what? It is having a refractive index including that of the water and diamond also. Diamond is having the very high refractive index, but the vacuum, the speed of the light is really very high, since the optical density is very very low here. Okay, so here the velocity of the light will be more, it will be in the vacuum only. Now let us see in section C. So in this case, bleaching powder is also known as chloride of lime. It is a solid and yellowish white in color. Bleaching powder can be easily identified by the strong smell of chlorine. When calcium oxychloride, when calcium hydroxide, which is a slaked lime, react with chlorine, it will give calcium oxychloride, that is bleaching powder, and water is formed here. Aqueous solution of a bleaching powder is basic in nature. Material to be bleached is first passed through solution of a sodium hydroxide to remove greasy matter. Then it passed through aqueous solution of bleaching powder and a very dilute hydrochloric acid solution. HCl react with bleaching powder to liberate nascent oxygen, which bleaches material. Now see here, the case is already given. We have to find out the question answers from this case. Question is, bleaching powder is used as basically the bleaching agent in textile, paper and jute industry, disinfectant for water to make water free of germs, oxidizing agent in many industries, and the last one is that it is used in all of these. It means it is used as a bleaching agent in textile, paper and jute industry. It is a disinfectant for water to make water free of germs. It is an oxidizing agent in many industry also. So bleaching powder is used for all of these. Okay, so the correct option, it is used for all of these. Next one is bleaching powder is also known as calcium oxychloride, then calcium hypochlorite, then chloride of lime, and then all of these. So basically bleaching powder is known as the calcium oxychloride. Correct option is calcium oxychloride. Now the next one is, the question is, bleaching powder gives a smell of chlorine. How bleaching powder gives the smell of chlorine? Because it is unstable. Second, it gives chlorine on exposure to atmosphere. Third, is a mixture of chlorine and a slaked lime. Fourth, contains excess of a chlorine. So bleaching powder basically help in giving smell of a chlorine, and this occurs when it is exposed to the atmosphere. It used to release a gas, and that is a chlorine gas. Okay, so bleaching powder is used to give the chlorine gas and on exposure to atmosphere. So the correct option, it will be gives a chlorine on exposure to atmosphere. Identify the product X in the given reaction. Calcium hydroxide plus Cl2, this will gives X plus H2O. So it is what? Calcium oxychloride. When the chlorine gas is passed into that of the slaked lime, then there is a formation of a calcium oxychloride, which is what? Which is the bleaching powder here. Okay, so the correct option is what? That is CaOCl2. Now here a diagram is given here. So here a diagram is there, that is of a human excretory system. We have to study the diagram and answer the questions that is given here. Now identify the part 1 in the excretory system. So kidney is there, urethra is there, ureter is there, and nephron is there. Now you see here students that the tube like a structure which is actually coming out through that of the kidney is what? It is ureter. Okay, so ureter is there, and then the urethra will be there. So that is called as a ureter. Okay, so correct option will be ureter. Now, which of these is the structural and functional unit of part 2? So, the structural and functional unit of part 2, that is a kidney, is what? Nephron. We know that that is the smallest unit of the excretory system. So, here the option will be C, that is nephron. Then the next one is that how blood is purified by artificial method. How we can purify blood with the help of the artificial method here, students. So basically blood is purified by the process of a dialysis. Okay, filtration is there, reabsorption is there. So blood is purified by the process of the dialysis. Although there the filtration and reabsorption will take place, but the correct option is what? That is dialysis. Okay, so here we can say that blood is purified with the help of this device, with the help of the process that is dialysis. The excretory material are temporarily stored in. So where the excretory material are stored basically, so these are stored in urethra, kidney, ureter, urinary bladder. So excretory material are generally stored or temporarily stored in that of the urethra. Okay, you know that urethra is there where the kidney material can be stored easily. So the correct option, it will be urethra. A child was drawing a ray diagram to locate the position of images when an object is placed at a various location in front of the lens. By mistake, he, after completing his drawing, kept the pencil in the glass filled with water and was amused by what he saw. What amused the child? the color of the water, the bending of the pencil. He kept the pencil in glass instead of pencil stand. The reaction between pencil and the glass. Actually, the bending of the pencil. It seems that the where the pencil is water, that is little bit higher. So we can say here that there is an apparent position of that of the pencil is there. So the bending of the pencil is the in that of the dish, in the that of the water, that is because of the refraction which is taking place here. Okay, so bending of the pencil is there. In vacuum, the speed of the light depends on, so speed of the light in vacuum, it depends upon frequency, wavelength, velocity, none of these. So in vacuum, the speed of the light depends upon the velocity of the source of the light, and that is different here. A light travel from rarer to denser medium, it will have, so if it is moving from rarer to denser medium, so the velocity will be what? It will be lesser. So we can say here that here the velocity will be lesser, or it will be decreases. Now speed of the light in air is 3 into 10 the power 8 meter per second, whereas that of the speed of the light in water is 2.26 into 10 the power 10 meter per second. What is the refractive index of water with respect to air? So basically here we can say what is the refractive index of water with respect to air. So for that, refractive index is equals to sin I upon sin r, or we can say uh, sin I upon sin r, or we can say the speed of the light of an object in air upon the speed of the light in that of the in vacuum. So it will be equals to 3 into 10 the power 8, 10 the power 8 meter per second, or 2.26 into 10 the power 8 meter per second in water. So when we will divide it, we will get the answer, and the correct answer by this speed of the light is there, student, is in air, and speed of the light in that of the medium water, that is also given. So obviously the refractive index with respect to the water with respect to air, we have to find it. So that will be equals to 3 upon 2.26. okay, that will be the refractive index of the speed of the light here. Now let us move on, and we will see the another section, and that is section number 5. Now see here in the sample, now we will going to move in and see the another question, student, and that is of a section A. So here the first question is, that is, water undergoes decomposition to produce hydrogen and oxygen due to, water undergoes the decomposition to produce hydrogen and oxygen due to, produced due to, so water when undergoes that of the electrolytic decomposition reaction that we called as, or it is because of the electric current only this decomposition actually occur. Okay, so water undergoes the electrolytic decomposition to produce hydrogen and oxygen gas. Okay, so we can say here it is the electric current. A student writes a chemical equation of the reaction between quicklime and water. CaO plus H2O, that will give CaOH whole twice. How can the reaction be classified? So there a chemical equation is given, and this chemical equation is between that of the quicklime and the water. When both of them they react together, then there is a formation of a slake lime. Okay, now this reaction can be classified as, actually this reaction, it is an example of a combination reaction, as a compound separate into two compound. Reaction is an example of a decomposition reaction, as compound dissociate into two compounds. Okay, reaction is an example of a combination reaction, as two compound react to form a single compound. The reaction is an example of a decomposition reaction, as two compound react to form a single compound. So here you can see that the two different compounds, then they react together to form a single single compound, and this reaction is what? It is an example of a combination. Actually, this is a actual definition of the combination reaction, where the reactant they combine together, two or more reactant combine together to form the single product. Okay, this is the answer.